Hey there, Alexander Petty with the Ravenswood Academy. Hope everyone's doing safe and sound. If you are watching this a few years from now, you should know the context of this is the COVID-19 coronavirus. Everyone is kind of in lockdown mode and isolated. So this is a very interesting and unique situation, and this is really where your solo training is going to come into play. For this month's curriculum block, I had planned this two-person exercise and all this kind of get-together stuff, contact. But now, with everyone in isolation, guess what? I'm doing solo forms. So how do you train by yourself? Believe it or not, there's advantages to training by yourself. Disadvantages, I don't feel someone else's body, but now I can isolate a single technique and do it over and over again without worrying about getting hit. So if I'm paired with someone who's punching at me, I am worrying about their fist. But if I'm practicing by myself, I don't have to worry about getting hit. I can focus on alignment, making sure I'm doing everything correctly. However, I'm going to repeat that move. And I'm not running someone else's clock, so I can do it over and over again. If I want to practice one move 20 times, 50 times, etc., I can, just over and over. As slow as I need to, as fast as I need to. So there are some advantages. Let's talk specifically forms. When you first learn the form, you're worried about the pattern. I'll just go ahead and do, I'll go ahead and do 18 elders. So I'm here, 1, 2, 3. You're worried about the moves. Something you can practice in isolation. But then as you go, if you're looking for new ways to practice that, better ways to sort of hone your technique, then you can pick different ways to practice it. So for example, I'm practicing 18 elders right now with the focus of using my body behind each hit. So, turning, opening up the chest, pulling with the shoulders, rotating with the waist. Even this, it's not just my arm. Instead, there's a little sink and using my legs. That's one way you can practice. You're not worried about speed. Another way to practice is, for example, trying to hit as hard as you can. So I'm not worried about transitioning between each move. I'm worried about this kind of karate-esque, almost power instrument. So, that's one way to practice. Another way is flow. So I'm still trying to have some power, but I'm practice recovering. I'm practicing throwing a move and then it doesn't work. So I have to transition to the next move to fight the guy. So, even there, you start flowing too much, it gets too sloppy. So maybe you practice a different way. Alignment. 1 is all this correctly aligned. Same thing when I'm doing the punch in the form. Is out here, is it aligned correctly? Let's see. Still yet another mode could be practicing the form, relaxing. I get here, before I continue, I relax. Make sure I'm nice and relaxed and then do the next move. Make sure I'm nice and relaxed. Elbows sunk. Even the transition between moves. I'm opening up to this hammer. Do it on this side so you can see. Even chambering, opening up the chest. I'm not going, instead, I get here. Everything's settled, relaxed and loose, because that's how I'm going to hit hard. Relaxed. Relaxed. So, your form can be hard, blocky, and very distinct. It can be loose, flowy, and relaxed. Really what you want to do eventually is blend those two things. But you can practice the form to either extreme. You can practice the form to either extreme in order to focus on hitting hard, or in order to focus on being loose and relaxed, right? Eventually, you begin to blend those two. And you're hard where you need to be hard, but then you're soft where you need to be soft. Still yet another thing to focus on in a form is timing. This has a different timing than this. 1, 2. I can, the timing has to be realistic in a form. How you time the certain movements. Some moves are very close to each other. 1, 2, 3. Others are more distinct. 1, 2, 3. There are many other ways to drill a form. You can drill a form with applications in mind, etc. Play with different ways to play those forms and see if you can just do it with a more intelligent mindset than mindlessly just going.